Well, good morning, everybody, and thank you so much for being here today. Welcome to the Radke Show. I'm Melissa Radke. This is my co-host,
David.
Co-host, David Radke. We're so glad that you're here. I want some of that. Don't ever do something so enticing. Women will see you lining your lips with this, and they'll want to be yours forever. Hey, y'all. Obviously, you can watch this show like whenever you want to on YouTube. So if you're just like tuning in, you're a replayer, you didn't even know we were late, but we came wheeling in on two wheels this morning because we had to get our son's birthday present. He got a truck for his birthday. His birthday's coming up next Monday, and we had to go get it loaded, accessorized, because now you can't just give a truck, you got to give it loaded. It's got to be accessorized. It's got to have like boom, 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 boom in the back for the bass, and it's got to have lights up underneath it because him's a redneck and that's what he likes. So that's what we were doing this morning. We had to get it turned in by 8:00 and all the things. So we're a little bit late, but we have a full show for y'all this morning. I want to know, first of all, how was your weekend? How was yours?
I had a good weekend.
Did you?
A little more on the laid back side, so it was nice.
As opposed to the weekend before when it wasn't laid back at all?
Right, when I worked, like 12 hours a day.
Oh!
Yeah, that time.
12 hours a day. I'm going to tell you what.
Maybe not 12, but I worked a long time.
I was going to say.
And it was 105 degrees.
That's true.
So that multiplies.
You guys, I hope you all had a great weekend. Let us know if in the comments, if you did. Let us know what you did. I want to tell you that I actually made a clip of our weekend, and I'm going to show it to you because I think a lot of people probably look at you and I and think, number one, they're probably going all the time, galas, benefits, a lot of like black tie events. I would think that y'all probably just look at us and assume that.
Now, granted, we did have to run, where was that? Rhode Island for Blake Lively's birthday party that Taylor Swift threw. I mean, we did have to run up for that real quick. But other than that, I mean, it was pretty laid back.
Did that really happen?
Yeah.
How dare you know something that happened pop culture that I don't know? Did that really happen?
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that you knew that and I did. Okay. I know that y'all think we're just like jet setters, but actually we're not. And to prove it, I'd like to show you a clip that I took of our Friday night. I hope you can understand what's going on here because God knows I can't, but here you go. Radke and I are celebrating 30 years of marriage this week. 30 years. And tonight, the night that I'm filming this, we found ourselves literally having the saddest Friday night we've ever had in 30 years. In 30 years, this is the saddest we've ever been. Both of our kids are grown. They're out of the house. They're driving around doing their own thing. We're here by ourselves tonight. I took something out of the freezer. What I thought was a meal that I was going to heat up in the oven for us. Turns out they were little TV dinners that I had bought at Trader Joe's. They look like lean cuisines. So he had one and I had one, and they were so sad and pitiful. And then we had nothing to watch. So we've been watching this, and we've been harmonizing to the intro. And now you're going to watch the saddest thing we've ever done. You ready? Here we go.
My back is getting tight. I'm sitting here in traffic on the Queensboro Bridge tonight. I don't care, all I want to do is catch my train, drive home to you. 'Cause baby, all my life I will be driving home to you.
If that did not make you feel better about your life, it should have at least made you feel better about your marriage. Because David, did you realize that the entire time we sang that, you never even turned and looked at me? When he says, cash my check and drive right home to you, you could have at least given me a romantic glance.
That was quite something.
That was the saddest thing I've ever seen. If that doesn't make you want to invite us out to Outback Steakhouse, I don't know what will. If we didn't just garner your invitation and your sympathy all at once, okay? But honestly, that is literally that's our Friday night. Law and Order and the King of Queens. And I'm going to tell you something. This is why turning 50 is so weird. Turning 50 is such a paradox. It's such a dichotomy because I know that we have nothing going on and it is sad. And yet I have never been more okay with it in my life. Right? I mean, it's the weirdest thing. Like at 40, when you turn 40, you're like, I still want to go. I'm young. I still want to go. Don't forget me. And just because I'm 40, at 50, you're like, please don't dial my number. Please don't think of me. Yeah. Anyway, Saturday we had lunch with family. Our brothers-in-law came in and we had lunch with them and with my mother-in-law and with the kids. And that was really nice. Curious question. I'm going to ask you guys. Curious question. Saturday, my lunch was delivered to me by the waitress. Okay. David, this is workout hair. It's not going to get any better. So she sits my lunch down and it's large. It's very large. Okay. And everybody at the table's like, huh? And I made this comment. I go, anything I don't eat, David is going to eat my leftovers, I'm sure. And so I make that comment and everybody at the table's like, okay. We get home and David eats my leftovers. And it hacked me the hack off. It hacked me off because I was going to heat them up in the air fryer. They were going to be, it was nachos. They were going to be nice and crispy. It really, really rubbed me the wrong way. He said, you said at the table, anything you didn't eat, I was going to eat your leftovers. I feel like that was a kind of a icebreaker. Everybody's looking at my plate kind of thing. That wasn't actually a conversation that we had, and he should have asked. Do y'all agree with that? If you're going to eat somebody's leftovers, let's talk about that. Let's talk about it. Let's just communicate about it. But you straight up went in there. You know, at lunch, I had like 5 bites of those nachos and I wanted them.
Well, I think a couple of things. First of all, you were misleading on when you said I was going to eat them. You, when you were ordering, asked if I wanted banana peppers on them because you knew I would be eating them. And I said, no, order them however you like. It's totally fine. So that was number one. Number two, you rarely, if ever, eat any kind of leftovers.
I know that. I'm allergic to leftovers. My doctor told me that I'm allergic to things that are reheated in the microwave, that and cherries and pecans. Okay, and y'all might not believe me, but it's the truth.
I would call it.
I don't like leftovers, hardly ever. But you specifically told me, and I quote, if we're even going to have a chance of sending this kid to college, you better wrap up your spending and you better forget ever going to the movies. And I'm sick to death of always having to eat in a sit-down restaurant when Taco Bell works for everybody else.
I said it just like that, too. It's uncanny.
Everyone is saying always ask. Doesn't matter what's declared at the table, always freaking ask. Always ask. That's that. You guys, I want to get to a little news story today, and then we're going to go right into our, what is it we're talking about today? Oh, yeah, our marriage. But I want to talk to you guys about something. I don't know if you have heard this story, but there is a high school principal in Atwater, California, which let me just stop right here and ask, California, what are you doing? What are you doing? People are moving out of you left and right. It's like y'all can't get it together. It's like you're the Texas of the West. Okay. It's the weirdest thing. Y'all are so odd. California be odd.
I'm sorry. The Texas of the West.
I don't know why I said that.
Because Texas sort of has it together. So let's don't say that.
Okay, David, with you. Come and take it. All right. Anyway, of course this happened in California. I love my Californian friends. I love y'all. But y'all know you'll be looking to see if there's land out here. You gonna move to it. Okay. Anyway, in Atwater, California, there's a high school. Boohack High School. Okay. And he's the principal. And he was the vice principal for several years in some surrounding areas. And then he was given this role as principal. He is at a pep rally on Friday. Okay. He's at a pep rally on Friday. The mascot puts him in a chair and begins to dance. And a dad who is in the stands at the pep rally films what you're about to see. We have it here for you. You're about to see it. He films it, and the dad then uploads it to Facebook, and here's what he says. Am I just a square? Or does anybody else find this very weird, very inappropriate for a high school? Okay? Just the suggestive dancing, the principal getting into it. I needed to see the video for myself. I took a look at it. I want you to pay close attention to what the principal don't even pay that much attention to the mascot. Pay attention to something that the principal does. Let's see if y'all notice it. Give me your thoughts.
What happens in Boohack stays in Boohack.
Why did you play that twice?
I didn't know that was the end of the video.
Oh.
It restarted.
Okay.
That is
I'd like y'all's thoughts on that.
yeah, that is very weird.
What did you find weird about it? I'm curious.
Well, all that stuff is like he's acting like the mascot and him are in a strip club, and it's at a high school pep rally, and then his confetti cannon explodes. It was just very tacky. It was just very
Okay. I'm going to be honest. I didn't really see what the problem was. I think the mascot was being silly, and I think the principal was put in a chair in front of everybody, and he's got all these kids screaming, and you're trying to be cool, and you're trying to be right. And I didn't really see the problem until the confetti cannon exploded. I thought that was inappropriate. I thought if you think for a second that wasn't supposed to mean something where that confetti cannon was placed, and like, I thought that was weird.
well, but that also says the other thing. So you have to assume the mascot is a kid, is a student, right? And so, yeah, I can see what you're saying. Like, he was trying to be cool, and it was a moment, and I can see even a good person, making some small something, like, I'm going to spank the mascot, but then stopping and that being it. But it went on, but it was also premeditated, or he would not have had the confetti cannon in his arm where he had it. It was all thought through before. So
I
that
think
makes
so,
it,
too.
that makes it even more, to be honest, kind of creepy.
Okay, that's actually what the dad said. He said, "Am I just a square, or is this creepy AF for a principal to do?" And I just have to tell you, I thought about our principals at our school who, when they have pep rally, David's like, we know our principals personally. If you ever watched the Radke Show, one of our principals was actually in an episode with me because he's a very handsome guy. But this is him at a pep rally. They could literally
He might have a little group. He might
Absolutely
have a little
not
green.
even a little bit.
But I can tell. So he's the head principal. I can tell you if one of those assistant principals did that, our head principal would have gone out there and got him in the middle of it.
Oh my gosh, for real. Okay, give me my camera. All right, you guys, this morning, David Radke is going to go hop over and grab a couple of sheets of printer paper because we have a little game we're going to play. So tomorrow we will not be here for our YouTube day or for our YouTube show because tomorrow is our 30th year wedding anniversary. And so today he's going to grab some paper for us and we are going to play, for your viewing pleasure, the Not So Newlywed game. If you'll get about 10 sheets, that'd be great. 10, David, it's a game. Already, he is literally calculating in his mind how many 10 sheets of paper cost. How much 10 sheets of paper cost. Okay?
It seems like it could all be done on one.
Okay. No, it can't be done on one. We're going to play something called the Not So Newlywed game. And I did give David the questions last night. We did not discuss them. I just said, I don't want to put you on the spot, although that is pretty much what the Newlywed game does. They put him on the spot. I didn't want to put him on the spot. So I let him think about what the questions are. I have no clue how he's going to answer some of these, but we're about to get started. Just know we won't be here tomorrow. We will still get up. We will still go work out at 6 a.m. We will still make breakfast for our kids, do our devotionals with them, and get them the heck out of the door. And then we will go back to bed, probably. And I don't mean that in a sexy way. We will just go back to bed. And then we will float in the pool. And then we're going to go get a mani-pedi. And then we're going to go have a wonderful lunch. And that's going to be it. And that's what we want to do for our 30-year wedding anniversary because we are getting our back decks rebuilt. And that is going to be our gift to each other. I'm very excited about that. But we'll see you on Wednesday and tell you how our day went.
We're also going to get the decks around our pools done as well.
What did I say?
Back decks.
You're such a dingling. All right, here we go. You should really have one of these. It shows up better for the peeps. For the peeps.
Do we have it?
Well, yes, desk.
You've got one of those big monster ones like that?
Okay. Like any good game, this is going to start with some pretty simple questions. Just get a big marker, baby. It's going to start with some pretty simple questions. And like the first question is, he's going to answer it about me. I'm going to answer it about him. Don't look at my question. Don't look at my answers. Okay. The question is, what city were you born in? If we don't know this, you know what? If we don't know this. So I'm going to tell you where David was born. He's going to show you where I was born. David, what city were you born in?
I was born in Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas. Thank you very much. I was born in Lufkin, Texas.
Lufkin, Texas. Boy, I've got bad handwriting.
Okay. David, you got to move faster, love. What is your middle? What's my middle name? Write it.
Oh.
Even they know this. Ready?
Oh.
My middle name is Paige. Paige. I wanted to see if he spelt it right. His middle name is Vaughn, as in David von Radke. My mother says that all the time. She's like, that is so German. Did they mean to do that, Melissa? Von Radke? Okay, this is an interesting one. David, what is the last thing I do before bed? And Melissa, what is the last thing David does before bed? And I'm saying, like, generally speaking.
And I'm using a specific term, but this could be a generic.
Okay, David, what is the last thing you do before bed?
Like the very last thing I do is tell you I love you.
No, not that. You do this every night before bed.
I don't know.
You fill up your CPAP water.
Oh,
You do it every single night. Take out that CPAP water thing. Go fill it up.
Absolutely. Actually, that's not true, but yeah, because it lasts every other. I have to do it every other night.
Okay. Now ask me.
What do you do every night before you go to bed?
Watch TV and eat Starburst. Watch TV and love on Chippy.
No.
What?
Candy Crush.
Not.
4 games, whatever the game is.
David, I have relegated them for the weekend only. I have relegated them for the weekend only. God really convicted me about it.
Well, you need some more hot coals.
Who is your spouse's closest family member? You're answering for me and I'm answering for you.
I mean, obviously, other than us, right?
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
Who is who is the family member he's the closest to? I'm not even saying the kids. I'm not even saying the kids because I think that's obvious. David would say about me that it's my mom.
Mom.
Okay, David, who would you say?
I have no idea who you wrote.
It's in my family.
Maybe your dad. Yeah.
Yes, David loves my dad. Who doesn't love my dad? All right, we're moving into a little bit harder, and I'm very interested to know what he writes on this one. What was the first movie that we watched together? I remember this.
I think I remember it.
I said that the first movie we watched together was Candyman. It was a scary movie.
I don't believe I've ever seen Candyman.
I think it was Candyman. And he had a bunch of needles in his head.
If this wasn't our first movie, this was definitely one of the first movies.
What?
Boomerang. Love would have brought you home last night.
You didn't freaking see that movie with me. It aggravates me to no end when you say that.
I did see that movie.
No, David. And I'll tell you why I know that. Because I got all my hair cut off like Halle Berry's in Boomerang. Okay. And I walked into the Harvesters and somebody said, "Oh, you got all your hair cut off like Halle Berry." And we weren't dating yet. And you went, "That she does not look like Halle Berry."
No, we were dating when you got
We were not dating, David.
We were dating because I made a comment the first time I kissed you that I liked kissing you with shorter hair better than with long hair. So you are incorrect.
Who said "I love you" first? We'll show them at the same time. 1, 2, 3.
Me.
D did. I knew I didn't because I was just scared to death. I knew it wasn't me. Who made the first move? We'll show them at the same time. 1, 2, 3.
Mel.
So long to be kissed. David was my first kiss, and I was like, I can't wait no more. So I did it. Okay.
That technically wasn't our first kiss.
Okay.
That was our first bite.
I bit the fire out of him. I didn't know how to kiss. Nobody ever told me. What is the most romantic thing your spouse has ever done for you? This took me exactly 0 time to think of, but I will tell you that it is not considered a romantic thing. It's a sentimental and special thing. But the most romantic thing David is going to say that I ever did for him is going to be real difficult for me to guess because I am not a romantic person. What is do you have something?
Mm-hmm.
The most romantic thing I've ever done for you?
Mm-hmm.
David, it's not that thing I did for you because you got me the Adele tickets, is it? David, I don't want you to talk about that. What? I have no clue.
I'm afraid I spelled it wrong. The scavenger.
The scavenger hunt. I left him rose petals all through our apartment, leading out to the patio where I had laid out a mattress and I was laying out there waiting on him. And okay, he literally, and there was like little cards along the way. If he followed the scavenger hunt around the house, it would lead him to little cards that were enticing. And instead he walked right through the front door, missed every single card, didn't pick up one rose petal, walked out to the back porch and went like this. "You know what all's on that back porch? You're probably laying that in some raccoon crap. There's literally a raccoon had babies out here the other night. Now our mattress is out here." That's exactly what he did. What's the most romantic thing you've ever done for me? This is not romantic, by the way.
I don't know. I mean, I've done a lot of
Yeah, you have.
littler romantic things. The only thing that I guess comes to mind is when we were in Nashville and I called and asked your boss for you to have off the Friday or whatever, and I came and picked you up and I'd packed your bags and put you on a plane and we went to a...
Yes, that was very romantic. That is actually third. The second most romantic thing you ever did was surprise me with a marriage renewal in Hawaii, and you had written vows.
Oh, that's number one.
No, that's number 2.
Oh, I forgot about...
That's romantic. This is not romantic. It's the most special, wonderful thing you've ever done for me. And it was when we moved to Texas from Nashville, and he moved our son's grave here. That's the most special thing you have ever done for me. He had it completely arranged. He had the funeral home ready at the airport. All of it happened without my knowing, and he had it him buried in my family cemetery around my family members. This is the most special thing anyone has ever done for me in my life. Okay. This one is just going to be relatively quick because we know we're boring y'all to tears. So don't worry, because we have heads. And don't ask me why my head is bigger than his. I don't know. This is me picking my teeth at an Astros game. Okay? And I tried to print it out normal size, and of course it came out bigger. And I said, Remy, I can't figure out what I'm doing wrong. And she said, it doesn't matter. Everybody knows your head is bigger than Dad's. So here we go. Oh my gosh, mother. For the love, it's my mom. I'm so sorry. Okay, here we go. David, you got to keep them down here, and then you just got to raise them. Who is more likely to get lost? Who is more likely to lose their keys? Who is more likely to lose their temper? David, don't just don't try to be a showman, David.
The first of our marriage, I would have absolutely.
I would also say the middle and the end of it.
But I have calmed down.
Who is the biggest procrastinator?
Okay. I'll agree.
It's a deep. For me, it's like a shout. It's like a I don't know. I'm going to procrastinate. I'm going to put that off. This is a deep rooted something. This is some kind of traumatic something we got to talk about. Who is messier? That's not even up for debate. Who is more competitive? Not even a question. Who is more likely to start an argument? Who apologizes first?
We're both pretty good at that, though. I don't really.
Who apologizes first was the question. I do mainly because you don't, period. Who is more stubborn?
I love it.
Are y'all starting to see anything here? I know y'all think that I am so hard on him. He is the most competitive. He never apologizes. He's the most stubborn. He starts the fight. He's got the worst temper. So, all right. And the last question is, what do you admire most about your spouse?
You may go first. Or?
You can go first if you want.
I don't want to start crying though. Is the only thing.
No, there shouldn't be anything to cry about.
I just admire how you. I wish I would have written this down.
Why would you be crying? Okay, I'm going to be totally honest.
Just because
I don't think David admires anything about me.
No, I love the way.
I don't think there's anything for David to admire about me. You are very hard on me, and you want me to be better, and you want me to, Melissa, I don't want you to regret this. Melissa, I don't want you to wake up one day and you didn't.
Hey, what are you doing? I thought we were admiring, because you're just kind of attacking me. So don't.
No, I'm saying you always want, you challenge me. Melissa, I don't want you to wake up one day and regret having
I
done
would
this.
say I admire you, just the way that you love women. You want to see the best for them. Like you want to challenge them to be better moms and partners and spouses and employees, and just, have a healthier life, a more enjoyable life, laugh more, enjoy life more, draw closer to God. I think that's what I admire most.
Thank you. David never lets me settle. I probably would have settled a long time ago and not fulfilled God's will for my life. That's what I was trying to say. David doesn't let me settle. But what I admire most about him is the kind of parent he is. I've never seen anything like it. I have never seen anything like it. And I had a very good dad. The best, I thought. He's the best dad I've ever seen. I mean, he would lay down in traffic for these kids, but also the way he challenges them as well. I mean, David he don't play. He doesn't want you to wake up one day with any regrets that you've missed the reason that you were put on this earth. And he will push you to do that. And look what it gets you, right? It gets you 30 years of marriage and kids who worship the ground you walk on. That's what I admire the most.
Thank you. I love you.
This morning we were working out and our trainer said, but how many years have been good? David and I were both like, 16, 17. But anyway, thank you guys for wishing us a happy anniversary. Thank you for playing, let's let us play our little game and have this little moment. And we love you all and we appreciate the day off, and we will see you on Wednesday.
See you guys.